For those of us who have been watching since the golden era of soap operas, we know that the arrival of a mysterious, handsome stranger is never a mere coincidence. Think back 20 or 30 years ago, when Jason first transformed from a golden boy with a bright medical future into the stoic, leather-clad protector we know today. The international intelligence agencies have always hovered around him like moths to a flame. I remember the days when covert agents would infiltrate the town under the guise of ordinary citizens, weaving complex webs of deceit that disrupted the lives of everyone we cared about. This current storyline with Tristan feels like a beautiful, deliberate nod to that rich history of long-term storytelling. We are witnessing the seeds being planted for a narrative that echoes the thrilling espionage plots of the past, reminding us why we fell in love with this genre in the first place. Let us be perfectly honest with ourselves, ladies. The idea that Tristan just happened to stroll into town on the exact same day Jason finally returned from his harrowing captivity is simply impossible to believe. In the world of daytime drama, timing is the ultimate storyteller. The writers are deliberately aligning their paths, setting the stage for a massive, unavoidable collision. Tristan is being presented to us as a wealthy, charming entrepreneur looking for fresh investment opportunities, but if you ask me, that is nothing more than a carefully constructed facade. It is the perfect cover story to allow him access to the highest echelons of local society, giving him a valid reason to rub elbows with the most powerful families without raising any immediate red flags. Beneath that polished exterior and those impeccably tailored suits, Tristan is undoubtedly a highly trained operative. I am entirely convinced that he is a secret agent working directly for the WSB, specifically dispatched by the elusive and manipulative director, Z. We already know that Z has a vested interest in the people of our town, especially given the recent chaos and the secret deals made behind closed doors. Josslyn recently brokered a desperate deal with Z to secure Jason's freedom, but we all know that a man like Z never truly lets anyone go. Jason has always been a wild card, a man who operates outside the boundaries of traditional law enforcement. The WSB cannot control him, and that terrifies them. Therefore, sending Tristan to quietly monitor Jason, to document his every move, and ensure he remains compliant is exactly the kind of shadowy, underhanded tactic we expect from the Bureau. Now, we must look at how this ties into the younger generation, specifically our fiery Josslyn. We all know that Vaughn has been a fleeting presence in her life, and all signs point to him leaving town very soon. This impending departure leaves a significant void in Josslyn's life, both emotionally and narratively. She is a legacy character, a young woman who carries the fierce, unapologetic spirit of her mother, Carly. Josslyn cannot simply remain on the sidelines. She needs a compelling narrative, a romance that challenges her intellect and pushes her boundaries. She has experienced her fair share of heartbreak and dangerous men, but she has always emerged stronger and more resilient. The stage is perfectly set for a new, complex man to enter her orbit, and Tristan fits that description flawlessly. I can already envision exactly how their paths will cross, and it will be a masterclass in deception. It will not be a grand, dramatic rescue, but rather a seemingly accidental encounter orchestrated entirely by Tristan. Perhaps they will bump into each other at the local coffee shop, or cross paths near the university campus. Tristan will turn on the charm, presenting himself as a sophisticated newcomer who is just trying to find his way around a new city. But make no mistake, his initial interest in Josslyn will be purely transactional and highly calculated. He knows exactly who she is. He knows she is fiercely protective of Jason and deeply connected to his inner circle. By getting close to Josslyn, Tristan gains the ultimate vantage point. He can extract vital information about Jason's plans, his vulnerabilities, and his next moves without ever having to confront the enforcer directly. This is where the story gets incredibly fascinating, because it tests the character integrity of everyone involved. Josslyn is not a foolish, naive young girl who can be easily swayed by a handsome face. She has grown up surrounded by mobsters, spies, and dangerous secrets. Her loyalty to Jason is absolute. She views him as a protector, a father figure, and a hero who has sacrificed everything for her family. If she even suspected for a single second that Tristan was using her to build a case against Jason, she would destroy him without hesitation. This creates a delicious, palpable tension. Tristan is playing a highly dangerous game of emotional roulette. He has to maintain his cover, manipulate a highly perceptive young woman, and report back to the WSB, all while pretending to be nothing more than a smitten businessman looking for companionship. However, As any seasoned viewer knows, the best laid plans always unravel when matters of the heart become involved. What begins as a cold, calculated mission for Tristan will inevitably transform into something profoundly real and terrifyingly vulnerable. As he spends more time with Josslyn, he will begin to see past her tough, guarded exterior. He will witness her fierce intelligence, her unwavering loyalty to her family, and that incredible inner strength that makes her so captivating. Tristan will find himself genuinely drawn to her light. The conversations that were supposed to be interrogations in disguise will become genuine moments of connection. He will start to care for her deeply, and that is the most dangerous thing an undercover agent can possibly do. Just as we start to see the beautiful potential for them to become a true super couple, the other shoe will inevitably drop. The WSB does not care about romance, and Z is a ruthless director who only cares about results and total control. I foresee a chilling moment in the near future where Tristan receives a direct, undeniable order to take action against Jason. It will no longer just be about monitoring him from the shadows, it will be a command to neutralize him, to set him up for a fall, or to hand him over to the authorities. Tristan will be backed into a suffocating corner, forced to choose between the career he has dedicated his entire life to and the young woman who has unexpectedly captured his heart and soul. Imagine the profound emotional turmoil Tristan will face during this crisis. On one hand, he is a sworn agent of the WSB, bound by duty, protocol, and years of rigorous conditioning. He has likely spent his entire adult life suppressing his personal emotions to complete his mission successfully. On the other hand, there is Josslyn, a woman who trusts him, who has let him into her heavily guarded heart, and who represents a life of genuine love and warmth that he has never known. If he follows through with Z's orders, he will destroy Jason, a man Josslyn loves dearly, and in doing so, he will lose her forever. The psychological conflict here is the absolute lifeblood of daytime television. It is the classic, timeless struggle between duty and love, a theme that has resonated with us audiences for decades. If you ask me, this will be the defining moment for Tristan's character, the crucible that determines what kind of man he truly is. I believe with all my heart that his love for Josslyn will ultimately overpower his loyalty to a corrupt, manipulative intelligence agency. When the critical moment arrives, when he has the perfect opportunity to strike against Jason and fulfill his mission, Tristan will hesitate. He will look at Josslyn, see the unwavering trust and affection in her eyes, and realize that he cannot be the monster the WSB wants him to be. He will make the agonizing, beautiful, and incredibly dangerous decision to turn his back on everything he knows in order to protect the woman he loves. Tristan's betrayal of the WSB will be nothing short of spectacular. I predict he will not just walk away quietly. He will actively sabotage Z's operation from the inside. He will reveal his true identity to Josslyn and Jason, laying all his cards on the table and bracing for their fury. He will expose the WSB's hidden agendas, providing Jason with the exact intelligence he needs to evade the trap set for him. This bold act of treason against the Bureau will instantly make Tristan a hunted man, but it will also be his ultimate redemption. By risking his own life and freedom to save Jason, Tristan will prove his worth not just to Josslyn, but to her entire fiercely protective family. This transformation from a shadowy antagonist to a trusted ally is exactly what the canvas needs right now. Jason has always carried the heavy burden of protecting everyone on his own, often at the cost of his own happiness. Having a former WSB operative in his corner, someone with inside knowledge of international espionage and elite tactical training, would be an incredible asset. Tristan could become the new hero we have been waiting for, a man who fights for his chosen family rather than a faceless government agency. Furthermore, Carly, who is fiercely protective of her daughter and highly suspicious of outsiders, will have to reevaluate this man. If Tristan saves Jason and protects Josslyn from the wrath of Z, even Carly will have to begrudgingly admit that he is worthy of her daughter's affection. This entire narrative arc sets the perfect foundation for a deeply compelling, long-lasting romance. Josslyn and Tristan's relationship will be forged in the intense fires of danger, secrets, and ultimate sacrifice. It will not be an easy path. Josslyn will have to grapple with the painful reality that their entire relationship started as a calculated lie, but she will also clearly see that he threw away his entire life and career to save hers. This is the kind of epic, high-stakes love story that creates a true super couple. It brings together elements of danger, profound redemption, and undeniable chemistry, ensuring that we will be glued to our screens eagerly anticipating every single scene for months to come. As we watch these complex, beautifully written layers unfold, I am reminded once again why I have dedicated so many years to watching this beautiful show. The faces may change, the specific dangers may evolve, and the villains may wear different suits, but the core themes of family, loyalty, and the redemptive power of love remain as strong and vital as ever. Whether Tristan is a villain in disguise or a hero waiting to be born, the journey to uncover his ultimate truth is going to be magnificent. We will sit together, as we always have, sharing our hopes, our theories, and our fears for these characters who feel like old, cherished friends. No matter what unexpected twists and shocking turns the writers throw our way, my passion for the storytelling remains entirely unshaken.